Hello everyone. I hope everyone are doing fine, and I wish you a very happy new year to one and all. As you already know, we completed Unit 2 completely with whatever been taught for you all in your BTech engineering. So today I'm going to go from Unit 1, which is a vocabulary part. So without any further delay, we are going to see what word formation is. As I'm Pranati, Assistant Professor in English from Maru Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. So today's topic, as I already told, word formation, which is a part of vocabulary. As we know how engineering course been, the curriculum has been designed in that way that everyone have to be fluent in English. And when we talk about the fluency, we talk about the word formation. So word formation is something, not a new thing, but here we are going to see an elaborated process of what word formation is. So word formation is a process of making new words, where we call it as a neologism, which is an invention of a new word or a phrase. So usually word formation is an ambiguous term where we can be used in two different things, where you process through words which we call it as a changing, which the other term is morphology, and where you call lexemes or lexicography, where as a part of a study of a dictionary, creating a new words in a dictionary is called lexicography. So under word formation, it's a process of making new words, and we call it as neologism. And word formation is ambiguous term where we call one as a morphism, where you change the word, where you change the existing word, and the other you'll be creating a new word in a particular language. If it could be from English, or it could from your mother tongue, or any other languages which you are fascinated about. So under word formation, there are many other categories which everyone have to know, and the main purpose of word formation is to improve your vocabulary. As we know, communication is a part uh, of a language where you'll be using different words according to the situation, or maybe the scenarios, and also the apt words which are very similar. So you have to, and the more vocabulary you have, the more fluent and knowledgeable in the language you are. That is how people are going to assess you. So there are other categories under word formation. So the first thing we come under word formation is derivation. It's not about the mathematical term. It comes to the English term where it changes the word by adding an affix, where it doesn't change the major concept, major idea of the word, but it adds something else. So the word here definition is popped on the screen. The formation of a word changed by the form or the base word by adding an affix. Here there is an example called hope, where it is called hopeful. There is it's not a it is a form of new word. It is a part of history, where you derive some words from the main word into a new word. So same case like the words which been derived from Latin and Greek, like democracy, and other words where bazaar is from China, where if you have heard my second unit lecture, you saw those words which are influenced from the foreign language. That's what we call. So you take from our original base, you add something else and make it into a new word, where it becomes a part of a vocabulary. So there are other few examples. The main word is, main word or a root word is called governor, govern. So here the words we could make, we call derivation. We add something. A fixation can be either adding in the beginning or at the end, what we call prefix and suffix, for you all to understand. So a fixation is adding something in the beginning or at the end. So when you add something in the beginning or the end, we call it as a derivation. So here, govern is a word. So the word we could is governor, which a person who governs, and government is a body of thing, or governable is an ability. Misgovern is which a negative word again here, and X is the one who is not into the position now, and then even ungoverned means not so good at working, or maybe there is some defect. So when we call about derivation and word formation, it means you take some word, you add something in the beginning or at the end, what you usually call it as a prefix and suffix for our understanding, but the main idea we call it as derivation. And under word formation, there is another concept called back formation. Back formation is also a different kind of See, word formation is all about creating new words. So whereas back formation is also about creating a new words, removing the affixations. Maybe you'll be removing the front part, which what we call as morphs, either in the beginning or the at the end, and we reanalyze the word and create a new root word. So here there are examples. The verb dead hunt was a back formation of dead hunter. So instead of calling headhunter, sorry, when instead of calling headhunter, we call it as headhunt. And whereas in an editory of a word or as a noun, we'll be changing it to edit. Same case with the television, we'll be calling it as a televise. So this is a part of phonology where you will be denormalizing the words. So denormalizing is you use according to the according to your convenience, and you'll be crunching the words more or less. Like you will be making it a habit of remembering easily. So editor, the word is formed from edit, where you have a word where you'll be making another part, removing something else, and which have a different word with a different meaning. So this is called a part of an analogy, where editor means it comes with headhunter means it is a headhunt. So it is a relation between the main word or the word what you took and also to the new word which you found, which is a part of back formation. Next kind of word formation is compounding. So compounding word itself, it's saying you will be joining two words and making up a new word here. You're taking two base words, adding them and making it into a new word which has its own meaning apart from the two words which we already took. There is also an example here. We call it as a desktop, where desk and top combined, we are talking here about a desktop. Usually desk has a separate meaning and top has a separate meaning, but desktop alone has a different meaning. Same case with the railway. Rail and way. Way is normally a way. Rail is something, a train or whatever you have. Same case with the firefighter. The two words which you took from the main word will be created into a new word where it has quite opposite to the meaning what the two words we already took. So compounding is a part of syntax, semantics and morphing. You create new words where you will be using the existent words and you'll change the meaning sometimes and something little away from the words what we took. So desk and top has different meanings, but whereas desktop comes with the system or something what we usually talk about in a general communication. Next, other word formation concept is blending. So here the word is also the same, like compounding is two different words, but here you create a complete typical word where you're picking up two halves in two different words. Think that there is an also example here. You can see the first example, smoke is one word and fog is some word, and you took only a fragment of it, a tiny syllable or a unit of a word, and you took some in another word, you took another unit, and then you're adding together and making as a smog. So brunch, many of y'all might be using it. So it's a combination, a word of breakfast and lunch. Same case with the smoke and fog. Even same, the other word, stagflation is also stagnation and inflation. Same for channel is a blend of channel and tunnel. So these words, usually there is a little contradiction about this blending, where it's called non-morphagical words, where it is still debates going whether we have to consider this as a word formation. But if you see, these words are very common nowadays, where everyone in a regular communication, what you call in a daily language, daily usage in English, we use these kinds of words where it's part of our vocabulary. Even if there are debates happening around on this blending, but still we will be considering it as a word formation, because word formation concept is creating a new words, taking new words, or changing and altering a new words. So that is what the concept of blending is. Next is clipping. So clipping is shortening, that we are very good at. Even when you're texting in your WhatsApp, you do it. Instead of a lengthy phrase, you use a very small word which defines the whole thing. There are again difference between acronyms, abbreviations, and these are different from clipping. So clipping creates a word which shortens the existing word. So as an acronym, you'll be creating a word taking up the initials, but here clipping, you'll be cutting that and you'll be only using it it. There is an example here. When you say the net is down, which means the internet, which we regularly use. There are a lot of ads, which is a full form of advertisement. Same case with the mathematics. We never call the subject mathematics, but we just still call it as math or maths. So this is a concept called clipping. You will be only using an initial word from an, or it doesn't change or it doesn't affect the meaning we have, but we only use a small unit of word as a clipping. And then the other word is conversing. So we create a new word simply by using already existing language. It's another part of, it's other kind of a word formation. So you'll be using the existing word and simplifying it. So see, actually Xerox, many of us might not, or y'all might not know, like we never say as a photocopy or photocopied one. We justly call it as Xerox, whereas Xerox is the name of a company, but that's how we all know. So we never use photocopy, we only use Xerox. So here this we call conversing, where you will be using the existence word and you will be simplifying it. Maybe that is how the language is. This is also a part of improving getting more vocabulary in your communication. Never you will say that search, you will say Google it, isn't it? So even the Google is called as also conversion, which is a part of a word formation. And next I was also talking about, when we were talking about clipping, I told you all about acronym. So acronym is creating a word, taking up the initials from the with a very good long phrase or something. You'll be different words, you'll be picking up the initials and making it as an acronym. So here you know what a NASA is. We never know the full form of NASA, but we just say it is NASA, where the full form is National Aeronautical and Space Administration. So NASA. We took the initial alphabets or letters of the words what we have, or long phrase. Same case with this also. And here the word Israel is also there. The way we pronounce, you can't call it as IJAL, so it's a jail. It's also called as it's an acronym for International Journal of American Linguistics. So whereas acronyms, you'll be picking up in capital letters or the first letters of the phrase, whatever you have, and those are called as acronyms. Whereas abbreviations are also more or less like that, where the initials can be formed, and abbreviations are very standard. We have, if you remember the class last class in the unit 2, we already talked about abbreviations. So that will be, there are other classes, lectures also, where you'll be understanding. So radar is also a full form of something else. Even we never know what, even a small school going kid will know what is an ATM, but we don't know the full form what an ATM is, automatic teller machine. So this is how the word formation concept is. I'll be again giving you a small brush up of what word formation is, which is a part of improving your vocabulary, which will be helpful for you all in your language. So word formation is a process of making new words, which is called as, the other official term, inventing new words or a phrase, is called neologism. And word formation has two categories, which we call it as morphology, where you'll be changing, and next is lexemes or lexicography. Lexemes, where to mean you create a new word. Morphing, you already know, you'll be changing it, altering it. Whereas lexemes are, you'll be creating new words, is called lexemes. So under word formation, we have derivation, where you'll be taking up a root word, a word, you'll be adding something in the beginning or at the end of a word, and have a different word which will be helpful. It has different meaning also sometimes. So understanding it is very important. We also have an example here, govern. So governor and all, you'll be adding something at the beginning or at the end, you'll be adding affixation. So that's why we call affixation, doesn't mean something else, it's simply prefix and suffix together, you call it as affix. Derivation. And next is a back formation, where you remove the words, remove the affixations like prefix or suffix, and you'll be reanalyzing word and making it a new word which is a part of it. So instead where you'll be changing the noun into verb to make it more understandable for you all. So editor, that comes under part. When you call editor, you'll be finding different words which will be related. So editor means editing. So headhunter means he head hunts. people. So same case with the television, you call it as televised, which is a part of analogy. Next is compounding. You take two words and add, which creates a new different word. So you take two different words which has two individual meanings, but you combined it, compound it, and then you will be calling it into a new word which has different meaning also. And it is a part of syntax. A syntax is a sentence structure, semantics is also the words, and morphology is also part where you'll be changing the word. Next is blending. You'll be taking two words, but you will be taking only a fragment or a unit of that word and another unit from another word, and you'll be blending together, and then you'll be creating a new word like smoke brunch, which we usually use. But they are still confusion whether these can be considered as a grammatical topic or not, but still in the day-to-day language we are using it. Next is clipping, where you'll be shortening the form and it doesn't change the meaning. You just take two or three, which you usually chat. Your WhatsApp chatting goes a kind of a clipping thing, where you call internet, you never call it as internet, you just say the net is down. So this doesn't change, but you only use a small unit, what you call clipping. And conversing, same case. You have a word where it has a different meaning, but instead of using that full word, you only use the word which we are familiar with. So Xerox, you never call it as a photocopy, you call it as Xerox. You never search it in any internet search engine, you call it as Google it. So this is a word called conversing. You'll be conversing the word according to your use. Simplifying the language is called conversing. Next is acronyms. As I already told you, you'll be picking up the initial alphabets or the letters of the word or a phrase you have, and you'll be creating a new word which has its own identity. So we never remember the full form of the acronyms or abbreviations. We only remember the acronyms: NASA, ATM, WHO, and UNESCO, or whatnot. And even same case with junior, senior, when that comes under part of abbreviations and acronyms. I hope you all understood, and this is about word formation. Again, next we'll be going to deal with the continuation of the word formation with prefix and suffixes in detailed, and also synonyms and antonyms, which is a part of communication, which is a part of vocabulary, which is prescribed for you all, for the BTech students, in Unit 1 under Toasted English, where you have a grammar. And the references we took is from the book which is prescribed for your English language context and culture, published by Orient Black Swan, Hyderabad. And it's also, because it's a grammar topic, we took it from Vernon Martin, which is an international grammar a reference book. And of course Wikipedia. Without Wikipedia we cannot usually get more information. And I took few sources, I took few examples from the Cambridge Dictionary of itself. So I hope you all understood, and we'll see you up in the next class. Thank you.